We'll have prayer and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Father, again, thank you for today, and what a beautiful day that you've given to us. And Lord God, we just want to ask that now as we, Lord, do the business of the city, that you just give us wisdom, insight, understanding, discernment, that we might make the best decisions. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to welcome each and everyone who's here this evening. It is our call to order, our City of Stanton regular meeting. Stanton City Hall, September 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. First item is to approve the August 14, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion for that?
Make a motion.
Second? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
I have a question about that.
Any opposed?
At the last,
Any opposed? We're not done.
at the last meeting, there was a question that was raised by Dale, and there was a vote taken that to go ahead and proceed with letting him withdraw from the city, but then the KRS.
The motion was to start the process.
Yes.
At the beginning of the process, they discovered the KRSs, and then which is kind of put it to a halt.
Well, that's what I was asking. Then does that motion need to be rescinded, or was it rescinded in the minutes, or how does that work?
There's a motion
What we-
to start
Ruth-
exploring the process.
Yes.
Ruth, what we would prefer is those be done during public comments, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, public comments, and again, we want you to come to the podium there and say your name, address, and then some of the topics that you'd like to talk about. So, any public comments here tonight? Okay, Ruth?
I do. Okay, I have two things I'd
Your
like
name
to comment.
and your address, please. Thank you.
My name is Ruth Jones. I live at 38 Court Street, Stanton, Kentucky,
Okay.
40380.
Topics.
I have two comments.
Okay.
The first item that I want to talk about is the nuisance ordinance about the tree that is in the neighbor's yard. Originally, that tree was, I thought, was it in my property line? Come to find out, my deed was falsified, and that tree actually belongs to the neighbors, Mr. Young. When I thought that tree was mine, I got about $1,500 in that tree trimming back already. I came to the city, I came to Ann and Hugh, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
asking that the city provide a nuisance letter to the Youngs about that tree. I even got the ordinances, nuisance ordinances, and Ann said, tree's alive. You said, tree's alive. Contacted Mr. Johnson, Earl Johnson, about the tree. I went and had a meeting with him. Mr. Johnson did say tree's alive. That's the only question he was asked. He was never asked to make any comment about the ordinance. My request is that we comply with a valid city ordinance. The ordinance regarding this tree has nothing to do with whether it's alive or not. If you read this ordinance, and Mr. Mayor, I don't know if you've ever read it before, I'd like you to read number 24 for everyone. Read it out loud so everybody can hear it. Please.
Number 24, I don't know what section it is under, but it shall be unlawful and a nuisance for an individual entity to cause or allow any tree, stack of wood or trees or other object to remain standing in such a condition that it will, if the condition is allowed to continue, endanger the life, limb, or property of an adjoining property owner, or cause hurt, damage, or injury to persons or property upon the public streets or public ways adjacent thereto by the falling thereof or of parts thereof.
As you can see, that ordinance has nothing to do with whether that tree says it's alive or dead. This is part of that tree. So it may be alive, but it's rotten. Sorry about that, Mr. Mayor. Didn't mean, and here I go, I need another broom here. But anyway, but I am asking that the city comply with their own ordinances and that they proceed to give a letter of nuisance to the Mr. Young.
Well, I'm probably
That-
gonna let,
That is,
if you just step back there, please. I'm gonna probably let Ann address it. I know that we have talked to the Youngs, am I correct on that, Ann?
Actually, Ruth did, and he had told Ruth that he was going to help her abate the problem that she felt she had. Is that not correct?
he said he was gonna get back with me, and I went over and talked to him, he's never gotten back with me. So that's why I'm back here asking for this, for the city to comply with our own
Have we got any
ordinance.
pictures, because
I sure do.
I don't know, I mean, I kind
Yeah.
of drove by it,
It's
but
right
I don't.
by.
And all I'm asking is that the city comply with our own ordinances.
So was this an arborist? that looked
Yes,
at it?
it was from Clark Energy.
Yeah.
And by the way, and after Ann told me that he said that the tree was alive, I went ahead, this is where,
Is this, has it been trimmed?
well, yeah,
Yeah,
what
Clark
happened,
Energy
the Clark
came and
Energy
trimmed it.
came and got the
the
out of the
electric line.
lines, yeah. But you can see how it's leaning over here, this is my house, that's theirs. And I'll get you over here to some other ones. But the tree is in about 3 different sections.
Okay.
You can see here, and it's all coming apart. All of these limbs are absolutely full of water. When I thought the tree was mine, I did trimming on it, and as I said, I've already put about $1,500 in it. Mr. Young needs to take care of the rest of it, because that tree is a danger to my property. I'm constantly picking up things from that tree in my yard and next to
We'll
my
get
house.
back there, please. Okay, we'll bring that under consideration.
But there's
Wait,
nothing for
when-
the council, there's nothing for the
No,
council,
no,
because there's no.
this is a request for the mayor. It's the mayor's job to do this and to make sure that he's doing it.
We're not allowed to take requests and make actions or discussions on that. We can take
Well, we can.
it under
We're-
advisement and.
That's between Ann, Ruth, and
But
Mayor.
we're not supposed to respond back to.
I'm not asking
Comments or
anybody to
questions
respond.
from
I'm bringing this to the mayor. This is the mayor's job.
we
and he
appreciate
needs to-
that.
And he needs to
Thank you.
comply with the job. And get the letter of, out to them so that can be taken care of. Okay, my second item is going back to the water towers and the money that was lost because of the damage of those water
Repetitions.
towers.
Yep,
This
go ahead.
is, this is the 4th time you brought that
And
up.
I will do it every single meeting until I find out something's done. Because
Well, I think
it's a responsibility
think-
of the mayor and to let
Ruth,
people know.
Ruth, I think that, I know I personally have addressed this with you, and I think that we've heard it from you on several occasions, and I'm giving you the same response. We are doing several things with some of the towers. They're a work in progress, and we cannot address them all.
What I'm asking for is an accountability account to the taxpayers of the years of water that was lost from the tower that made a river out of the Bowen Tower. We, the taxpayers, have every right to know how much money was wasted.
But I don't know
And
that
that
there's
was
any way
not
for us
addressed.
to know that. I mean, water loss is water loss. It could have been a break in a water main that lost a gazillion gallons, or it could have been that. And we don't have a gauge on there to gauge that. We never did.
We have discussed this many times, and that is that you take what you're using now and make an estimate of how much was lost out of that tank. And also, we need to make sure that we are data-driven so that when problems come up with these water towers in the future, that we have data that will allow us to get things fixed and replaced and not let these things go on for,
Okay.
for 60 years.
We appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
Thank you.
Okay, any other public comments, Sarah?
Good evening, I'm Hugh Stump, 242 Brookside Drive, also the tourism director for Stanton Tourism Convention Commission. I want to just give you guys, you're going to be one of our first organizations, we actually are the first organization we've spoken to since we published an event today that we have been planning for about 6-7 weeks. And it is called the Stanton Fright Ride. It is on October 25th. It is a combined motorcycle event and Halloween event to highlight Stanton as the beginning kind of sort of area stepping stone to the gorge. We are partnering with Harley-Davidson Man of War in Lexington for this event. We've got Powell County and Clay City Tourism involved as far as sponsors. Also, I'm going to give you the flyer that is now out on Facebook, and we have the event is out on Facebook. It's on our page, Stanton Tourism on Facebook. You can also go to Explore Stanton, which is our mainstream website. Go to the events page, and you can get information there. This is a family-friendly event. It will culminate with a trunk or treat at 6:30 p.m. on the 25th. It will start off about noon at City Park in Stanton. We'll have 2 shows of motorcycle stunt riding going on in the afternoon. We'll have a magic show and a by hypnotist. He'll hypnotize the audience and have them do all kinds of fun things. We'll have witches doing storytelling. We'll have a kids area with obstacle courses, bounce houses, things like that. We'll have some food trucks there. There will be a bike ride that will be escorted by Stanton Police through the city streets, and they'll head down to Slade Welcome Center and take a break there, then come back to the park, where they will congregate in the park and get ready to do the trunk or treat, where the bikes will turn on their lights and their spooky music and the costumes up, and we'll do a trunk or treat for the kids. And it should be a lot of fun. We're excited about it and appreciate the mayor's cooperation and
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, of course. Yeah, I hadn't got there yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so many of the things that we are doing, already is our Parks and Rec centric, and so we're awesomely thankful for their help. So just want to let you guys know, let the public know that this event is happening October 25th, noon to 7 p.m. at Stanton City Park. So,
Any questions from the council?
Are you the stunt driver?
that is me.
Sounds like awesome.
Yes, I will be happy to put on a jack-o'-lantern head.
Sounds awesome. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. So.
Hey,
Good.
he'll get his bike out too. You guys can work together.
Come out, the guys will do some really good stunts. They'll do burnouts, donuts, they'll do trick riding when they stand up and they ride around their motorcycle, which I'm not adept at yet. I can tell you I've actually not tried that one.
Now, one thing we had talked about, again, you'll be doing a kind of a loop around the city with the motorcycles and then going on to Powell County Tourism, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And also like to thank Powell County High School helping us out with some parking during the day. Doug Brew and his group have been very helpful. They'll be parked because the city parking lot will be closed while we use that pad for the stunt tricks and everything. Then about 5:30 as that wraps up, we'll open that back up to the public. So they'll be able to park at the high school, kind of move over to, and the new people coming in will come and could park at City Park for the trunk or treat. So, should be a lot of fun.
Anything else from the council? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Hugh, so much. Anyone else on public comments? Okay. All right, we're kind of going into executive session now. There actually will be a chance for public comments at the end. So if you have a question or if you'd like to make a comment about something we've talked about, then you'll have also opportunity at the end. Dodd, put you a place at the table. I didn't know if you wanted to sit at the table or not. I just don't have your name tag yet.
Oh, okay.
You okay? All right. Okay, turn now to the mayor's report. Several, I think, really good things to report. The I-9 project update, obviously, which is going to help us in terms of our sewer. They are now over at the pump station at the airport. So that's where they're going to, and then next they'll be going to Pearl Street. And then after that, they're coming to Kroger. And then after that, they have Maple Street's last, and then they have Van Village. So looks like they're pretty good. Timing is looking good for that. So it'll be a little bit hectic there in Kroger when they do tear that up. So, but they're going to be monitoring it. They'll have people there, obviously, helping with the traffic flow and those kind of things. Some good news on the Paint Creek project update. EPA approval. How about that? Yeah, it took a while out of Atlanta, but that has been done. And so we still just have one other little issue to take care of. And Dot, I left that. I think you talked to Charlie Maggott. Is that correct? Right there is that easement. That's why I put it there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go. I'm not telling you have to sit there, but that's there for you to sign. Once we get that, then it will go out to bid, which should be here in the next few weeks.
That's replacing the water tank.
Yes, you're replacing the water tank, new pump station down at the bottom for us, and then beyond that, some lines coming up and down there. Okay, thank you. You notice the new streets have been resurfaced, and of course the main one was which one? Railroad Street. Everybody, the motorcycles don't go any higher now than 1 inch off that and stuff, and the cars. But people have been pretty happy with what we've done so far. I'm in the process of identifying several for next year, and also we'll be looking for some help, obviously, in that area financially. And we're going to try to get that all done this month and to get it in. And there's probably 6 or 7 we might be able to get done next spring, next summer, as such. The fire hydrants, fire department should begin testing next week. They're going to test them, GPS, and paint them. So that'll all be done by the fire department. We had allocated, if you remember, some money for that, and they're going to have several of them do that. So that'll start next week. Pickleball courts. Part of the fencing is up, the posts, the seal coating, and will start next week. So hopefully, he says he thinks he'll maybe get done if weather cooperates next week toward the end of the week. And then the Rio Grande Fence Company will come in and finish up the fencing. And so that'll hopefully get done here pretty soon. We're going to do some sidewalk repairs on 213 and Washington Street. These are kind of places where we've had to do some repair with regard to water and that kind of stuff. And then we're also going to, there on Halls Lane, right in front of the Stidham property, that sidewalk there, we've got about 12 they call them squares, 12 or 13 squares that we're going to repair there. And that'll make, I didn't realize just how bad that was till I walked it. And then I guess bikes go down through there to the school, people run through there and all that. So that should all get leveled out real nice there. So that's part of the sidewalk repairs we'll do. And then we'll be doing some repairing of blacktop. Again, where areas that our maintenance department has, had to tear it up. And so we should get that hopefully, I think, hopefully by the end of October. Usually the Hinkle stays open, at least until that, sometimes a little later depending on the weather. Culvert and ditch cleaning, I'm getting, got about 10. These are requests, personal requests, and I'm getting a bid on those hopefully this week. And so we'll begin to do some more of the ditch cleaning mostly. If we can get to some of the culverts, we'll also do that. Then had a meeting with State Senator Brandon Smith, and we talked about, he wanted to know some things that we could look at in the future of getting done that will help us in the long term. And so through him and our Congressman Andy Barr, I'll be requesting financial assistance to clean up Judy Creek That's a biggie here. And then conduct a comprehensive storm drain survey. So whether we'll get money for one or both, we don't know yet. I met Casey Cash, was up at the meeting today. I talked to him a little bit after, and he's going to work with us also. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done. And then our maintenance building, they'll be moving equipment in back here to do the concrete. The steel building itself is not going to be available until October the 22nd. So about 7 or 8 weeks out, but that's okay. We got to do plumbing and we got to do the concrete before they can put that building up. And then we'll progress on with, you know, the electric and the HVAC and those kinds of things. And then Marshall Street, if you notice, lots of dump trucks coming through town. Actually, one of them kind of spilled a little bit of dirt in the middle of Main Street. But we got that all cleaned up, and they've started the Marshall Street that's going to connect with the airport. And so as much dirt as they can get in there, they're moving it. And Hinkle is doing that along with, Red River Range. Yeah, Red River Range. Thank you. And then one thing that, again, kind of addressed a little bit of the concern addressed by Ruth is, obviously with our new systems that we're putting in, new tanks, you know, the pump stations and those kinds of things, we want to be able to monitor, you know, as much as possible in terms of water. And so this is the company we met with last week, Microcom, and obviously they have a system that they have, you can see a little bit, that will monitor. It can, you know, do lift stations based on your pump rating. It can do tank sites, sewage lift stations I mentioned, pump stations, small water treatment plants, water offices, central computer units. So one thing it'll be able to do is pretty much give us all the data we need with regard to usage, spillage, you know, those kinds of things. So that kind of answers the question for you in terms of what's.
Plus, it will also like send text.
Yeah.
If there's a break or something, we'll know within.
Yeah, we'll know very, very quickly. Yeah.
That something's wrong.
That
Yep,
something's wrong.
yeah, it does it. And it's right on your cell phone.
Right now, we just rely on somebody seeing a big puddle in their yard. and
Exactly,
calling us.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's it there.
Or with the sewer pump stations, you rely on somebody seeing that red light, telling you.
That's
Or
right,
the
the
mess in their yard.
lights on.
yeah,
Lights on to save a lot.
yeah, the lights on, we said right to the.
Yeah.
How many lift stations do we have?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Richard's not here, so I don't know if I can answer that.
I got
We
one,
got several.
Got one that
I got
save a
one
lot, one
right
behind
here.
save a lot too.
two.
You know, waters.
Half a
One
dozen.
down.
We got water pump stations, we got several of those, so. The cost is somewhere between 25,000 and 35,000 per. And then, of course, they have the computerized system and everything you have to put in.
But
But the
the
new one will,
invest-
the new tank will have one, that is the Paint Creek one. And then with the new one going in at Pendleton Street, we'll have to find where that will actually fit in. And I think we got it in the budget for this one. I'm pretty sure we can put it in the budget for the other one too.
But we'll know. So we'll have it on the Paint Creek one, and we'll be able to know if it's worth doing on the other one.
Yeah, well,
Assuming
Yeah.
it will be, but.
yeah, this will be a great addition for us.
I mean, what I was reading on some of them, they can actually shut down. There's a sudden burst, they can shut, send them. You know, if there's a valve.
Yeah.
Shut the water down so it doesn't leak all
Yeah,
the
my problem is I don't know much about that in terms of how it functions. I do know if I turn my water on at home, I hope it works in the shower and stuff. But the guy was very good. Richard, if he was here, he would be able to explain a little bit more for us. But it is a very good system, and we think it'll benefit us as a city in the future. All right, the next one is the second reading of the property tax ordinance. Do I have a motion? You realize we did a first reading at our last meeting. Do I have a motion for a second reading to accept that?
And that's to maintain our current rate.
Correct. Yes.
Make a motion.
All right. Second.
What is the current rate right now? 10 and 8, 10.8.
What is it?
Or 0.10.
0.108.
For $100.
Yeah, it's right here. All right, I have a motion and a second. second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carried. We have a zone change for our new building behind us on 100 Maple Street from R1 to B2. Do we have a motion for that? All right, and a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
The planning, I'm sure, planning zoning board.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I'm sorry, I should have called on you.
Provided.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, it went through the boards.
gotcha.
Okay, and the next is the maintenance building loan. It looks like we talked about it a little bit last month, but we didn't have a motion on it. It's going with option number 2, a drawdown line of credit of $150,000. And you can kind of see, just when we need it, we draw it, and then once we get, everything done, then it rolls over into option number 1 there, at the terms of 10 years, rate at 5%, and the payment is there. We have a motion to accept a down line of credit from Whitaker Bank at $150,000.
Make a motion.
All right, second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion.
Thank
Oh, yeah, good, thank you. One abstain on that. Okay, trick or treat. I won't say the rest of it, but trick or treat is set for this Friday, 10/31/25, usually from 6 to 8 p.m.
That's what we always have.
6 to 8, all right. Do we have a motion to set that? All right.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Can we get that out there, cause I'll get on like social media and stuff, people's been asking.
Yeah, we'll get it out and it'll out tomorrow. Okay.
Friday night.
Don, I'm gonna ask you to share with us a little bit on the tourism interlocal agreement, and I know
Sure,
that
be glad to.
our.
Yes.
He's here. Okay, go ahead.
I had multiple conversations with the attorney for tourism. It was with regard to my mock-up of a revised tourism city interlocal agreement. And I think we've worked through everything except maybe 2 last-minute details that I spoke with her on the telephone as I was driving up the Parkway. What I'll plan to do is get with the mayor, probably after the meeting tonight, draft up, depending upon the direction I get, draft up some language. Typically, I'm here on Mondays for court, and after court Monday, talk to him about that. And we should have a final version that encompasses everything that the council and the mayor wants at that point in time for you all to discuss and consider. So I think we're real close, and I think the groups, the 2 bodies are working together really well. I know the 2 lawyers are, and hopefully we can get something that will give you what you all hope to accomplish, as well as what tourism hopes to accomplish. And the main thing would be sustainable if the state auditor's office came in and started looking at it to see, are we in compliance with, the statutory scheme. And I think that the draft that we have under proposal is almost there. Well, I know it's there from an auditing standpoint. There may be some policy issues that we have to consider at the last minute. But hopefully I can get that ironed out at the end of this meeting, draft up some new language, kick that around, talk about it some more on Monday, and then have something for you all to consider at your next meeting. And so, yeah, we almost got that done. It's 99% there.
Any questions from the council? On that? Okay, thank you, Don. Next item is a surplus equipment. We want to sell the 1994 International dump truck and a 1999 case backhoe as is. Do we have to make a motion to Dodd on this? Is both of them, can we do it
Declare it-
separate or?
Declaring it surplus property. It's the chair's prerogative. You can do it one at a time, or you can do it collectively.
Collectively,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
together.
All right, do I have or any questions on that?
Don't need them anymore, I guess.
Yeah, we don't need them anymore. No. Do I have a motion then we'll do them collectively, to declare 1994 International Dump Truck and the 1999 Case backhoe as surplus equipment?
Motion.
All right, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
We've replaced both of them in the
Yes,
last,
yeah.
like,
Have you
2
seen the
years.
new dump truck? Or
Well, the
dump
backhoe.
backhoe?
Yeah.
Backhoe, I've seen.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then are you gonna take sealed bids for them?
Oh, yeah, sorry, that would be part of the motion too.
Right.
Do I need to go back over that? Or
I'm in agreement
You-
to
you
make a
can
motion
modify
that
it.
we.
Sealed bids, yeah.
Sealed bids.
Thank you, second.
We need a date that we were accepted by, or just
Yeah, we do, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
We have been, number 11 there, we have been in the process of collecting applications for a future police officer. This has to do with personnel. Do we need to go into closed session, Nick,
We can, if it's
on
desired.
something like that? Okay, all right, we'll wait on that one then toward the
Pass
end.
it to the end.
Yeah. And then we'll invite. Okay. Let's go to the Parks and Recreation Board appointments. You should have received a amended version of the Stanton Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. There's several changes there, and I will just touch base with them. We added advisory board. It's amended bylaws of Stanton Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. You're adding that word. If you go down to advisory and planning, advise mean you're adding mayor there, +/city council. And then toward the end of the bullets there, the last one, Park Board is responsible for making the advisory decision on behalf of mayor. Any dispute or appeal of board decisions shall be made to the mayor in writing within 5 days of decision. The mayor has final say on all day-to-day park operations. That's an addition. If you go down to members and trustees, the trustees and board shall be appointed by mayor, and park board shall consist of 5 individuals who shall monitor the affairs of Stanton Parks and Recreation departments. Trustees should be at least 1 or no more than 3. Then if you go down to number 2, and we'll discuss these, the board will consist of 5 members with 3 seats being 3 terms and 2 seats being 2-year terms. Trustees will be 2-year terms. If you turn over to the next page, or on your backside, on the meeting of boards, Article 2, regular meetings, addition, if any member misses 2 months of meetings, they could be removed from the board. And then if you drop down to 4 special meetings at the end, for special meetings, at least 1 trustee should be in attendance. So those are some of the changes that Stanton Parks and Recreation Advisory Board is bringing to us for approval. Any discussion on any of those? And Tommy's here as part of that, and so is Billy.
Yeah, and I do have some questions.
Okay.
When I read this late, I talked to Tommy about it just a little bit. Cutting it down to 5 people, what's the plan to do that? Because there's 8 people now,
7.
or 7.
Currently, there's 7.
What's-
They
But
can,
it-
they
but-
can be up to 8.
but they can be-
They're from 5 to 8.
It says it shall consist of 5 individuals.
But yeah, that's
He's talking about old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the new, like, what do you plan to do as far, are you going to, are we scrapping the old, it's maybe going towards Dawn, I don't want to throw you on the spot, are we scrapping the old board and,
Then
And
we'll
making
discuss that in a
sure-
minute. You know, we're gonna basically remove, it obviously be a decision of the council here. Remove current members, due to reorganization and expired terms. So basically, we're somewhat of a starting over.
Because we don't really know who's,
Yeah.
Well,
it's not been
the
kept up
issue
with.
is, we've had a lot of turnover and people have took somebody else's term. We didn't stay on top of that term. They should have only been in
Finish
that
that
term.
term out.
So
First.
basically, some people have started like in 2015, they've just been, you know,
So this will,
constantly-
this will correct all.
This will correct
Get it up to date.
yeah, bring it up to date.
How many
Drastic
usually showed up,
move, but
I'm sorry.
It's a big drastic move, but it's the correct issue going forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Of the 8 members, how many usually showed up at meetings?
Well, Tommy's.
Well, there had to be 5.
Yeah.
There had to be
Were you-
5.
Did you ever have a problem getting quorums or
Yeah,
sometimes?
yeah, I mean, we had to move.
A couple times there were, you know,
Would it be more manageable with 5 versus 8?
I think it would, that was my own kind of push for it, I think it would, you only need 3 for a quorum. And I think some of the objection with that is that when there's a lot of things to do with 5, obviously they could be a little bit, you know, too much for them to handle. But with 7, then it would be a little bit
but I
better.
think that moves into, at some point, this is a little off topic, but I think it's a valid conversation to be had in this is the structure of the park. That's a good thing for it removes the ambiguity of who does what.
Right.
You know, the mayor runs the day-to-day operations of the park. Typically in a city, the mayor would have a park director. We don't have a director with that authority. You normally delegate his day-to-day. I would personally like to see that happen because that's just how it's done every other city. There's usually somebody in the executive branch side. You know, our park board should be making advisory. They do a great job of doing that, the money and that kind of thing and the projects.
So do we have a manager there now?
No, basically different park board members are taking different responsibilities, and I think that is outside the scope of what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm grateful they're doing it, but it gets messy sometimes.
No, I like the idea.
I like
of
the
getting
executive
director.
doing I would like to.
Would they
push
still
that.
fall under the mayor though?
Yeah, well,
Have
obviously,
it?
yeah, it'd be no different than the police chief, it'd just be the park director, and whether they're part-time, full-time, don't matter to me, just somebody needs to be delegated with that.
Right,
With that responsibility, like a manager, there needs to be a manager.
Yeah, park managers,
Yeah, see,
basically.
I thought we had a park manager.
Well, he left and we kind of, Tony was the last person that we called a
Yeah.
park
But-
manager.
But the individuals that are out there are great, but they're more of a maintenance, you know, type. We need somebody in the managerial, you know, field.
If somebody's violating the rules, you're gonna have somebody, you know,
To make
on
the-
behalf of the mayor to be able to say, hey, you need to go, or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, issue different discipline things. And we've had a little bit of issues like in the park,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a need for it. Our park's growing, there's a lot of things going on out there, and there needs to be a manager, so.
Would what you're recommending, would that have to be driven within the?
No, that's
park?
just something the city's gonna have to come up with our classification plan and maybe policies of that position of what we'd like to do later on. It's irrelevant to this, but I think it ties into this. But I think that going down to 5, you know, I'm indifferent on that, but I think that if we take some of the responsibilities off the board, then 5's more feasible as long as we have a manager. Because then they're gonna be making recommendations and stuff for the leagues and the different things going on out there, which they do a wonderful job at.
So somewhere down the road,
I think that's gotta be addressed somewhere down the road.
Okay.
After we get this going,
Yeah.
and maybe they can be included.
Yeah, this would be a good test run, I think,
Uh,
for us, you know, this type of thing.
I'm good with the changes myself.
Any other comments over here?
What, who holds the authority, you hold the authority to, I guess that we hold the authority in the council to basically
Approve the amendments. and
dissolve that board and
Yes.
create a new board.
That's correct.
Do we wanna put a date on it, or do we wanna do it effective immediately? And how are you
I
gonna
think,
appoint, how are you gonna do, obviously I'd like to give the people on there a chance to.
Yeah.
My
Will we
my
have to have a
suggestion would
second
be,
reading of it
let's
next
say-
month?
my suggestion would be,
I don't
say
think
the
so.
term's in September 30. You know, Willie has talked about sending them emails, you know, are you still
Interesting.
interested in this
Interesting,
board?
yeah.
Yeah.
And pick a
So I
file.
think there's
3 weeks.
7 or 8. We
Currently,
want to give them an
well,
opportunity.
Currently, there's 7, but they recently, they recommended us to go with, but another person way
have
it
it,
broke
yeah.
Have an odd number.
Yeah.
So it had to be an odd
Yep.
number in there.
Will we need a second reading on that?
It's not a,
I don't know.
No.
It's not an ordinance,
Okay.
it's just a
More about-
bylaw change.
Just a policy change.
Any other comments or questions before we do a motion? We'll have two motions, and this is coming from the, obviously the Parks and Rec Board as such. The first motion we need is to amend the current bylaws and replace them with a new updated version. Have a motion for that? All right, second? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. The second motion is to remove all the current members due to reorganization and expired terms. Do I have a motion for that? All right, second? All in favor?
I have a question on that though, but this wouldn't be active until their terms are
September
expired?
30th.
September, I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay.
September 30th.
Okay, I got
But
you, yeah.
they wouldn't just now normally just roll back over, they have to be.
to add to that, we probably need to meet 30th first because they meet the first Wednesday of.
Definitely reach out to all
A
that
special
are
meeting.
involved right now.
Right.
And
We'll have to have a special
I got
meeting
it.
too, so we'll have
FYI
it.
for me, yeah.
because some people, priorities change, life happens, and they don't have
No,
time
third.
for it anymore, and they're still wanting to do it, but
Yes.
they might,
They'll expire.
some may not
Tommy
be
and I-
able.
As long as we
Tommy
meet
and I
first,
talked earlier, we
Yeah.
want to
Third.
give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a motion, I think, in a second, is that correct?
Yeah.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Thank you. You should have your review of the August year-to-date budget. Anything, comments, any thoughts?
I'm assuming that restaurant tax, it looks like it's going a little bit better, right? Am I reading that correctly?
Yes,
That-
do we have it, I can't
Which
speak,
one
but
do
we
you
have
have?
one that's
On the
paying.
income.
Oh, income,
Yeah.
40, 50.
We have one that's back paying, and then.
Yeah, we are doing,
is it
we're
still
doing a
every
lot
week?
better, yes.
Yeah, it looks like to me it's doing a little bit.
Still
better.
every week, we have one that's back paying.
Oh, is that why it's inflated a little
Yeah.
bit?
We got several that are catching up.
Gotcha.
Yep.
It's just August, so it's kind of early, but I don't see anything that scares me right now.
We don't have the lead, we're able to get that off in time to the mainline lead, did that hurt us too bad?
It
No.
looks right now, it didn't.
It
We
didn't.
got the meter, and there's only 1,000-gallon difference.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, it was a little surprise to us and all that water.
well, but then they did fix a bunch of leaks prior to that.
Yeah, we
So it
have
could be
been
saved.
fixing, we have been repairing lots of leaks.
So it's been, they could have saved what went out into the river, which
Yeah.
they got it right back before it got
And
back.
I'm real proud of our guys, and I'm happy they're working hard to get some of these things under control. I think once we get the tanks, get them repaired, get the new tanks, we'll be in really good shape. Any other questions or comments? I have a motion to accept the review of the August year-to-date budget.
Motion.
All right, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Motion carried. All right. We'll go with any public comments. All right.
Yes, I do have one thing.
Okay,
Well-
we need you at the podium there.
I will move it, I just moved it because you couldn't see.
Okay. Thank you. And what's your topic?
Just a follow-up on what happened today. The mayor
Oh,
had the city crew out cleaning the trailer park across the street from me. That has not been taken care of for a long, long time. That the landlord that owns that property, in my opinion, she has always been a slum landlord. She's never taken care of anything. The city is picking that up, or will the city charge her for the work that our people did?
Yeah, we haven't decided that, but, we just wanted to get it clean, obviously, for the
For-
parade.
For the parade,
It's a
you
big deal.
wanted to pretty it up before
Yeah.
all the politicians got in, and you didn't see the mess of what Court Street has been for months and months and months and months, and it only gets cleaned up
I
when
didn't think
when
in
the
terms
parade
of
comes in.
politicians, so,
Yeah, but it's kinda sad that we
Yeah.
only cleaned it up when the politicians are coming in. It should have been cleaned up a long time ago. And whatever that cost is, or the taxpayer should be charged to the woman that owns that property.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay. Need a motion to go into closed session, KRS 61.815 for personnel.
Make a motion.
All right, second. All in favor? All right. back into regular session? Yes. And second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No action was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's action, there will be action after this.
Oh,
No
after
action
this,
in
yeah.
closed.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
thought you was adjourned, I'm sorry. I thought you was adjourned, I'm sorry.
So closed session is, are we voting on Hunter? Is that what we're doing? We're not doing that.
We'll just have to set his pays all we get.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
I think his pay is $21. Is what it is. That's
Is that a new start?
Certified, yeah.
35.12.
I make a motion, we start him at the 21, or higher, oh, well.
Yeah.
Extend an offer of employment
Yes,
for $21 an hour.
Based,
100 more.
conditioned on a drug test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wanna start it with what happened while we're replacing them?
Yeah, basically, what happened was,
And the date would be
Ian,
the 19th.
Ian Morton resigned, and, so we're basically replacing him. His last day will be September 19th, so.
So this new hire would be starting the 19th or the 20th?
Well, whenever he can start with the city.
Let me, I don't drug test.
Well, it wouldn't be until after the 19th, I'm
I
saying,
don't
or
think
something?
we have any worry
Give it
about
whenever
whenever
he wants to start, day 2 week notice or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we,
I think all we care about is the pay rate and whatever the mayor thinks.
I don't know if he wants to give Danny 2 week or whatever, if he,
Yeah.
if the latest, like, it'll be 2 weeks.
we just know that Ian will be done on the 19th.
Okay, come on.
All right, motion, and a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Okay, have a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second?
Before we do.
Oh, I'm just sorry, yeah, we usually go around.
Yeah, I had something.
I'm sorry, my fault. Okay, we'll start, Tommy, anything?
I don't think I have any,
Okay.
but they did come to Pearl Street and look at it.
I'll make it quick. This is the second time I've
He's happy.
discussed this about the safety of the kids on, and the rest of the citizens on West Railroad Street. We talked about, I was there yesterday in a truck, and whoever you are, a blue Wildcat blue truck went down through there, stalled. And I don't know what the speed, I don't know if it's 25 or 35, there's no posted speed limit down through there. So I would ask that we at least get signage up of the speed limit,
Okay.
so that maybe we can have some directed speed patrol down there, just a few, just to kind of let them know you're in the area. I would ask for that.
Well, the other thing we can put there is the speed monitor.
Speed monitor and maybe a children at play sign
Yeah,
or something
we can do
both
that.
ways,
Yeah.
something just to
I
catch
would
their
like to see
attention.
them- I'd like to see them in other areas.
Did somebody go look at
And
it?
some other areas in the,
Absolutely.
Did
like
somebody
that.
go look to see if?
Cause I'm
they're
really
eligible
not
for the
for,
bump,
I'm
the
really
speed
not
bumps
for
we have?
speed bumps. I
Don't
mean,
think it's a good idea.
No.
I think it's a last resort. That really kind of infringes on everybody's, the ones that are not doing it, it kind of
So no, we.
penalizes them, and I don't like doing that. So I think with
We'll
some
do the
signage and
signage, and then
and-
we'll
and
move the.
Monitoring.
monitor.
The
down.
monitor is, where's it at? Grant?
Blackburn.
Yeah, it's on Blackburn right now, cause they cut, when they come down there, they cut through there, the kids from high school, they've been speeding there, but we'll move it over
It
there.
and, it's not posted, I know it doesn't have to be, but it would be nice if we had posted signs for you guys
The
to say,
monitor
hey,
has a sign on it. Don't the monitor have a speed limit sign on
Yeah,
it?
the monitor does, yeah.
Okay,
But obviously permanent signage would be a good idea.
Yeah, we'll do that. We can
okay,
do that.
all right, I appreciate it, thank you.
That's,
That's all I had.
Railroad Street. West. Okay. Billy?
I don't have anything that we haven't addressed in the meeting.
Okay.
Good.
Dixie?
There's a UPS truck went by my house yesterday doing 75 mile an hour. I mean, really,
Really?
he was kicking in on, he was in a hurry.
Was he chasing a truck?
He was all down Maple Street.
And that's a
Wow.
dangerous road.
Yeah.
He was flying. I thought,
Was he getting close to getting back to the building?
well,
So,
kinda.
that's pretty unusual for them.
Yeah, no, but he was breaking the law.
It was, okay. All right, Jason?
I wanted to applaud our fiscal court I watched the other night, and sounds like possibly next month they're gonna have something in place
Yeah.
to annex the homestead roads, and then we've got that in place to help with that emergency funding or road fundage. So just wanted to applaud those fellas, applaud our council here for everything done. I know the folks will appreciate it. Long time coming. I know there's other areas that need addressed too, and we will as we can, but
And we
appreciate
did,
it.
and we did address that sewage
Yep.
leak you had there.
Absolutely.
And
There
then,
was a sewage leak that it was on the city side, I guess, of the,
yeah, it was
where
on,
it plumbs in or whatever, but, that was fixed. That was when I saw the new backhoe. It was super nice.
that's when it
but,
first got dirty.
Yeah, it first got dirty, but, just wanted to,
Yeah, I did
applaud
talk with Brian, and so they should have something available
Yeah.
for us after their next fiscal meeting, which
Yeah.
is October 2nd, 3rd, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all for me.
Okay.
Thanks.
Dodd, anything? All right, have a motion to adjourn? All right, second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you all. And thank you, audience.